Hey everyone, welcome back to my channel. So let's jump straight into this tutorial. First up, I'm starting with the Photo Loving Primer and also the stippling brush from NYX, and I'm just applying that all over my face. And then I'm going to use the NYX Total Control Drop Foundations. I used a darker one and also a lighter one just to mix to match my shade, and then I just applied that also with the stippling brush from NYX Cosmetics. I'm pretty sure this foundation is releasing quite soon in Australia. I wasn't a massive fan of it. I don't know whether it was the brush that I used. This was the first time that I used it, so I'm going to use it with a different brush next time and see if I like it a bit more. Now using the NYX Wonder Stick, I think this is in the shade Light. I will double check and leave it down below for you guys, but I'm just placing that underneath my eye area, on my eyelids, and also down the center of my face. Now using the Concealer Baked Kabuki brush by Sigma, I'm just going to blend out that highlight. Now this doesn't really have much coverage, but it does do a good job at highlighting. So maybe I should have concealed before this, but I wasn't really going for a really full-on coverage look anyway, so it worked out all good. Also, most of these products that I use in this video I haven't used before, so this is kind of like a little first impressions as well. Using the same Wonder Stick, I'm going to switch up to the opposite end, which is the contour end, and I'm just going to start out by contouring my cheekbones, also my forehead, my jawline, and also my nose, and just in the crease of my eyes, kind of like in the corner of my nose. You guys will see it when it comes up. Oh, and I also done my lips as well. I'm like so messed up with this voiceover, I don't even know what I'm saying. Taking that same concealer brush, I'm just going to blend out that contour and just make sure that there's no harsh lines pretty much, and that everything is nice and even, and that's about it. That's all I'm trying to do really. Again, I'm going to pick up that highlighter from the Wonder Stick, and I'm just going to clean up my contour, so just underneath my cheekbones, and then just go in and blend that out with a beauty blender. Now picking up the Highlight and Contour Pro Palette by NYX, I'm going to use the Spotlight Sweeper brush by Sigma and just pick up that light vanilla shade and set my under eyes and also my eyelids and down the center of the face. Anywhere that we place the cream highlighter is where we're setting with the powder shade, and then I'm going to dip back in, and using the same brush, I'm going to pick up a cool tone brown shade from the bottom row, and I'm just going to contour. So down my cheekbones, across my forehead, my jawline, and also the sides of my nose as well, just to set all the cream products that we laid down first. So using that same palette, I'm just going to pick up a more of a warmer shade, and using my large powder brush by Sigma, I'm just going to dust this around the perimeters of my face, also my temples, just to warm up my face and give me a little bit of color, because I was a little bit pasty, a little bit flat. So yeah. All fixed now, so all good. Using the Sweet Cheeks palette, I'm just picking up that pink shade on the far left hand side, and I'm using my Vanity Planet brush, and I'm just going to apply that to the apples of my cheeks. And then for highlight, we're using the Strobe of Genius, and I'm just picking up that really light pinkish shade and applying that onto my cheekbones and also my cupid's bow and down the bridge of my nose. And I'm using my Sigma highlighter brush for this. I've been loving this brush and using it so much lately. It's perfect. I do have a discount code for Sigma. I will leave it listed down below as well. Now moving on to eyebrows, I used the NYX eyebrow crayon in the shade Auburn. Oh, there we go, I have eyebrows. I started out by just firstly brushing the eyebrows, and then obviously using the other end to fill them in. I didn't mind this pencil. The shape of the actual crayon was a little bit weird to use, and I think this is a little bit too light to what I'm used to, so maybe, I don't know, I'm going to try a different shade and see how I like it, like a darker shade. So now moving on to eyes, I'm using the NYX Beauty School Dropout palette on a NYX blending brush, and I'm picking up that really light peachy shade and just running that through my crease area as a transition shade. These shadows are so pigmented, they're crazy. They're really good. I really enjoyed using these. Now picking up that warm peachy shade from the palette, I'm using that same brush and I'm just directly going into the crease area and just blending out any harsh lines. And then I switched up brushes to a pencil brush and just dragged that same color underneath the lower lash line from the outer corner to the inner corner, making sure that I connect the color on the ends and just blend it so there's no harsh lines again. That's pretty much it, just blending. Using the Sigma E25 blending brush, I'm picking up that white shade from the palette and I'm just blending on the top of my brow bone. So anywhere that I brought the last shade up too high, I'm just going to blend away, and also these highlights as well. Using another Sigma brush, this one is an angled one, and I'm just going to pick up that burnt brown shade. It's like a brownie, mahogany, I don't even know, but I just place that on the outer corners of my eye, and then what I do is switch up brushes to a blending brush and also just blend out that color and bring it down onto the lower lash line as well, and just making sure, yeah, that I blend everything out. There's a lot of blending in this look because I wanted it to be nice and blown out and smoky. Now using a flat shader brush, I'm just going to pick up that lightish pink shade. I think this has a little bit of shimmer into it, like a sheen. I'm just going to pack that onto the mono lid, and then I'm going to go back into that same palette and pick up this shimmery orangey shade and just pretty much blend them two colors in the center. I'm just using little patty dabby motions, I guess. Yeah, and then I just picked up another like burnt plummy shade and blended that into the outer corner, blending out any harsh lines. And then I'm going to pick up this jumbo eye pencil. It was like a shimmery light peachy pinky color. I'm just running this in my bottom waterline. I love jumbo eye pencils by NYX. They're so great and they're so cheap as well. Now using the two timer eyeliner, I'm going to use the kohl side, so like the pencil side, and I'm just going to smudge that on my upper lash line. For lashes, I used a pair from NYX, and I don't know the name of them, but I will double check and leave it down below. These ones are only like single layered lashes. I wish that NYX had double layer lashes because that would have took this makeup look like to the next level. For mascara, I use the Voluptuous mascara. I think that's how you pronounce it. I just applied that to the top and bottom lashes. I always coat my lashes at least 2 or 3 times because they are so small. Now moving on to lips, I used one of the Lingerie liquid lipsticks. I am unsure of the shade name because I don't have it on me at the moment, but I will list it down below for you guys. I absolutely love these and I have a swatch video coming very soon. Then to set down the rest of the makeup, I'm using the Dewy Finishing Spray. And here we have the completed look. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Please thumbs up if you did and subscribe to my channel, and let me know in the comments down below if you want to see more one branded tutorials. I'll see you guys all in my next video. Bye!